But it was a tough ordeal for him yesterday, Shindy, and it was a good examination
96.
to survive and to come through. A 1-1-6 checkout gave him a 5-4 lead, and that really gave him the impetus for the final leg. He used it well. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see Gerwyn Price. It's been a strange time for him. Like I say, he's had that big stage experience. You wonder whether that time with the elite might rub off on him now. He might feel as though he belongs, with the big boys.
Well, if he feels like he belongs, no one's going to argue with him, that's for sure.
Well, absolutely right.
But since Blackpool, he's been fairly quiet. I think he's been spending a bit of time with the family and just getting himself ready for the big push, which is
100
from today all the way through to New Year. And the Iceman, we'll see if he's got any ring rust or if he's sharp. But speaking of sharp, look at the points that Martin Schindler's using. He's had a change of heart. He's gone the John Michael route with the bendy points that every time it hits the board, it looks like something from Twin Peaks.
Yeah, well, we talked about the science behind that yesterday, Dan and I, in commentary.
119.
We talked about the deflections, which sort of counted for him and counted against him yesterday. It was difficult to assess whether it's overall a good move. Early days, of course. Only time will tell when you look at the bigger picture.
Gezi looking to square it up nice. He likes top, so he might go treble 10 here. 77 scored, leaves 70. There's that treble 10, which makes this 109 a mandatory hit.
Well, good first start, 49 away. So he's looking at tops for a break of throw.
$69. Going to require 40.
Very, very close. And it's that same target that Gezi needs. Gezi gets.
The first leg. Gerwyn Price.
I've got to say, Rob,
I'm
I'm dubious about the point change for Martin Schindler because I've watched him play a lot this year. Obviously, I played him on stage in the European Tour earlier this year in Saarbrücken. And
58.
I just get the feeling that he was getting better and better and better. And he had that life performance against Ian White. I don't feel it was the right time to change. I really don't. I just felt like keep doing what you're doing and see how far it takes you. If you feel you plateau, then potentially make a change. But there was nothing wrong with what he was doing before. I find it a puzzling change.
Yeah.
99.
Maybe it's just me, Rob. I'm a creature of habit.
93.
Well, like I say, I think these things only become apparent when you give them time to, look at the bigger picture, compare and contrast your performances before and after. I think it's early days yet, but one or two people might even question the timing of it as well, as well as the actual decision itself.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, he must be doing something right. He took out Fabian Hertz in qualifying, and obviously Thomas Saylor, a great of German darts, taking out a good player in Quani yesterday. So something's obviously right. He obviously feels that this is a positive change that he can get better with. So who are we to argue?
100. Going to car 134.
Well, this to extend his cushion to 2 legs. Nicely done as well. He's looking now at double 10.
124. Martin Unicron 161.
He'll be hopeful of coming back.
Say about 90 times out of 100, he would come back.
And he will. Yeah, Schindler's dropped his darts 3 times already, and we're only in the second leg, so never mind the points. There might be something wrong with the grip as well. Is there an insect on stage as well? It's bothering Shindy at this inopportune moment.
Well, insects can definitely climb walls. Can Gerwyn climb the board and hit one of the ones at the top? Yes, he can. Perfectly done.
Price.
From a man who has openly admitted on social media this week that he wants to lose a stone in weight.
Gerwyn Price does.
Yes, he does. There's nothing wrong with you, Gerwyn. Just more of you to cuddle.
Well, if he does,
140.
Good luck to him.
I'm not going to tell him he can't do it.
Yeah, I'm not going to question the reason why, or if he feels he needs to, then that's a decision that only he can make. More points on the floor there for Schindler, by the way. The thing about Gerwyn Price, I mean, you wouldn't question anything because the transition he's made since joining the ranks, changing careers.
140.
I mean, 2016 was a good year for him, but 2017 so far has been pretty exceptional as well. I think to some extent it's been overshadowed by all the talk about Rob Cross, but when you look at what Gerwyn Price has done this year as well,
100.
first TV final of his career at the UK Open against Peter Wright, semi-finals on the Pro Tour as well, semi-final at the German Darts Championship at the start of the European Tour season 2.
41.
Had his maiden Players' Championship final victory in May of last year, so that was already in the bag. But he's had some good
100.
runs this year as well on the Pro Tour.
You get the feeling with Gerwyn Price that his next step could well be a European Tour win. And it's the same for other people as well.
140.
Rob Cross, Ian White hasn't got a European Tour title yet, so those guys are really looking to pinpoint future major wins with a European title first.
Yeah. And as well as all that other stuff I've just mentioned, of course, there was the World Series experience
Absolutely,
as
yeah.
well. So, yeah, semi-finals in Dubai and in Vegas as well. Tops for a 3-0 lead. Ooh, well, he got closer and closer and closer without actually hitting the bed.
164.
And again, Schindler's looking at a big finale here. Well, we saw a couple of spectacular finishes in that match between Ratajski and Klaassen. Won't see one here.
47. Given you require
Gerwyn Price
40.
28-1 in the outright betting prior to the start of play today.
30.
Well,
Martin, you require
not totally
117.
convincing on the doubles, but just has about enough in hand here. Schindler looking at 117.
Sometimes when you're a bit ring rusty, it's those kind of shots that tend to creep into the game. Treble 19 for Shindy. And now Gerwyn
40.
really needs to get rid of this.
Given you require 10.
Can't afford to give any more chances to the wall. He was in the spot before in the match and pinged it first dart and does it
He's on
again.
the third leg. Gerwyn Price.
It's as if to
forward
say,
sliding to third
sometimes
leg.
he's easy to read,
Emo.
Gerwyn. He looks at the board and tells it off. How dare you not allow that dart to go in the segment before now? But it's in, and you're 3-0 up.
125.
Well, we talked about Gerwyn Price, you know, one of these candidates to be a first-time winner on the European Tour. It could, I mean, I think this weekend is a really good opportunity for him. He's in the bottom half of the draw. This is in the
37.
bottom quarter of the draw. In fact, the winner to face either Suljovic or Beaton in round 3 tomorrow. We've already seen Alan Norris moved out of the way as well. Ian White is also in this section.
125.
Question marks about Peter Wright in this half of the draw, given his travels back from Auckland and Melbourne,
99.
and you know, the potential toll that arduous campaign has taken on him. Klaassen has been moved out of the way as well. Rob Cross is lurking in this bottom half as well, but no, I think
60.
potentially this could be a really productive weekend. He could go deep this weekend, certainly. Gerwyn Price,
Indeed he could.
that's 7th favourite at the start of play today.
133.
And let's not forget as well, if you look at that number 14 next to his name, he's trying to stay seeded, not just for the rest of the season, but he wants to be in a nice, comfortable seeding position going into next year.
Yeah.
And you don't want to let that go.
140.
He's got that seeding place this year, and he wants to hold on to
132.
that dearly. Bullseye's the shot. Another one of those will be peachy. Oh, it's a well-thrown dart, that. 17 leaves his favourite, but he fancied that
Yeah.
after that first dart. Make no
92.
mistake.
And it was really good approach play on the
51.
19s from 265 as well. Got himself down to 132. Well, Schindler, you feel, needs this. Well, of course he needs this. But if he doesn't take this, it
Game
could
shot
be
on the
very,
fourth
very
leg.
detrimental indeed.
Martin
But he does
Schindler.
get a leg on the board.
Third leg
But
is
it's just a
Gerwyn
hold
to
and throw.
first.
No great
Come on.
damage done here for Gerwyn Price. He won't be feeling like his feathers have been ruffled there one bit.
Yeah, we mentioned about
140.
Gezzy's wanting to lose a stone in weight. I mean, he doesn't look like he's got much fat on him. I don't know how he's going to do that. Maybe he's... There's a school about when people stop playing a
100.
professional sport like rugby, they have to train down a bit, don't they? They've got such muscle power and drive and things like that that they need to get used to what they're doing now. He's a dart player now, and he wants to stay in shape, of course, but he still has that rugby figure.
Yeah.
So maybe he's going to have to cut down to 2 chickens a day and about 18 protein shakes. But no, it's whatever he wants to do. But for me, I think he's great for the game, image-wise. He's got aggression. He's watchable. He's Damn fine player.
Wow, this is Gerwyn Price as he rattles in 180. I was chatting with Max Hopp last night as well about the benefits of yoga. I think Max has started to dabble with that, and I certainly know you're a disciple of that particular course of action too.
15 years of yoga
97,
practicer now.
58.
Absolutely love it. Flexibility you need to pick the dart up off the floor, that's for sure.
In
And
shot on the
plenty of
fifth leg.
versatility about Gerwyn Price in his performance here so far. He
He won.
re-establishes that 3-leg lead. He is looking very, very good indeed at 4-1 here.
100.
That was the pick of the bunch. 11 darts for the 5th leg.
Yeah, speaking about what big sports stars and yoga, look at Ryan Giggs and how much it elongated his career. He attributes it
134.
to that discipline, and I think a lot of people look at what that discipline has done for other people as well, like Jake the Snake Roberts, the wrestler. It almost saved his
91.
life. I wonder if Gezzy's going to get into a bit of yoga.
100.
Not really a weight loss plan though, is it, yoga?
It's more of a balancing act and lots of breathing, which is something that everyone who is a member of the Professional Dart Players Association may have a look at, because they've just released a new app
And
for
this,
health and well-being.
45.
I was just going to say as well, and this will dispel a few myths about the overall nature and makeup of what is perceived to be a typical darts player. And, you know, if there are more out there like Gerwyn and yourself who can just recognise that they can do all they can to help their cause, it's the aggregation of minutiae, as they say.
Now look at the
Everything
players
goes-
on the draw. Jamie Lewis,
87.
Mike De Decker. I've seen more fat in a butcher's pencil.
Yeah, fat 3 there for Gerwyn Price. 64 away,
47.
down to tops.
Martin Ricard 170.
Well, we've already seen this today, haven't we?
We have indeed. Ratajski. First leg against Jelle Klaassen in that 6-3 victory for the Polish Eagle. Won't see it from
100.
Schindler.
Gerwyn Ricard 40.
Double 10 for Gezzy. Hasn't been his friend in this match, double 10.
No, far from it.
30. Martin Ricard 70.
I mean, he had that 19 dart leg in the 3rd where he needed a few opportunities to finish things off. But his average is still very healthy. 103, even though he's 4 from 14 on his doubles as well. Had he been just a bit more ruthless on his finishing, it would have been a very,
54.
very eye-catching
Gerwyn Ricard 10.
average so far. But this is a good solid start for Gerwyn Price. Double 5. That's further away.
5 scored.
Doesn't like
Martin
that one bit.
requires
And Martin
16.
Schindler, well, again, it's for a hold of throw, so no great damage done for Gerwyn if he does lose this leg. Just one that slips away.
You just think to yourself, if you're in Gezzy's shoes right now, I really wanted to be 5-1 up. But you're not, unfortunately. It's 4-2. It's a totally different game. However, Gezzy still has a 2-leg lead, still in control. What he's got to do is forget what has just happened. Just get on with your job. Harder said than done, though. I mentioned it a couple of times already this weekend, quoting Wayne Mardle, our fellow broadcaster, talking about how thinking is something you shouldn't do on a dartboard. Everything should be natural up there.
41.
I could not agree more. Thinking kills you up there. You do too much of it, you are going to lose. That's why the man who simplifies the game best, Rob Cross, that's why he's flying.
45.
Well, moments like that from Gerwyn Price. You know, he's missed 6 starts there for the leg, and it's given Schindler
120.
his 2nd leg of the match. And all of a sudden, you know, if Schindler can nick another one, he may well look back to that particular leg, that 6th leg, and those 6 missed darts for it.
Might not be
60.
his most vintage performance, Martin Schindler, but his doubles have been good. 50%, in my view, is top echelons of world class. He really wants a 180, Gezzy, but I think he might have to submit and say, I want another one.
145.
Yeah, 25's good. He noticed earlier in the leg that when he went for the 180, he got one to drop out. So the right call was to go around the board and not sacrifice one of the darts that was already in the big segment. Well done, Gezi.
One under the net.
Well,
it
it gets him within touching distance, and it just asks the question once again of Gerwyn Price, who is looking at tops. Doubles not so far emphatic.
75.
And
Martin
once again,
116.
one or two seeds of doubt about Gerwyn Price, and is finishing 4 from 17 now.
Hang about.
59 away. So that leaves tops.
Biggest start of the match.
Big moment, this. Will it be 4-3 or will it be 5-2? The swing is crucial here.
76.
Maybe just thought about that too much.
20.
Well, a double that has not been his friend in this match. It really needs him to be his friend now. Has he got its measure? Double 10. Double 5.
Missed
Will
it.
it save him again?
He missed it last time and he's missed it once again.
40.
Well, these are racking up now for Gerwyn Price. 6 missed starts in the last leg. And now this. Oh.
Did say earlier on that changes in equipment, it takes time to get used to your doubles and all of the things that come with it. This is one of the reasons why I feel he should have kept the other points. However, will he hit it? Yes, he will. What an adjustment from the wall.
Schindler.
Well, when you have this format, this best of 11 format, these fine margins are just accentuated to the nth degree, aren't they? 6 missed starts in the 6th leg from Gerwyn Price. Schindler takes that one to get it back to 4-2, and then 6 more there as well.
There are encouraging signs for Martin Schindler in that last leg. That 180 looked very, very pretty. He got the darts very close together, and maybe that's the reason behind the equipment change. He just felt that he needed to be able to group them a little bit better with these thin, flexible points. And he seems to be finding his range a little bit better now.
140.
He's looking good to get on level terms with the fierce Welshman.
45.
I mentioned earlier that Martin Schindler has made a quarter-final on the European Tour this year for the first time, which has accentuated his progress in his career in the last 12 months.
83. Martin Ukar 122.
There's a bit of a chasm between the two here as well on Schindler's throat. He has got the bit between his teeth here. Well, 97 away now.
44.
That would have left tops, but it's no great inconvenience for Schindler. Once again, Price is just straying the wrong side.
86. Martin Ukar 78.
Double 18 will leave double 12. Single 20. Double top for a level game. Little adjustment along the hockey
58.
and pulled that one.
Well, it's just as well that Price is sitting on 187 here. Schindler once again looking at double 10.
59. Martin Ukar 20.
Well, the ascendancy is with the man with the bricks on his shirt. Another double 10 will see him 4-4. There it is, 4-4. And now I feel Gezi's got to get aggressive. Got to find some spirit. And here he comes.
One under the net.
And bang on cue, he delivers. That's exactly what he needed, just to get that fire burning once again. We saw flashes of that, didn't we, against Phil Taylor at the World Match Play when he hit a 180 blind. He just needed something to get the crowd going, and he's so capable of doing that. He's so good at doing that as well.
Imagine if Gezi was in the Champions League in Cardiff.
Imagine if he gets a 9-darter here, Paul. 6 perfect darts for the first time this weekend here in Maastricht. Having lost the last 3 legs, having missed so many darts at doubles, he strays the wrong side once again. And look at this, back-to-back 180s followed by
69.
Well, the curse of a certain Kent dart player lives on. It would be wonderful to get a 9-dart leg here because the crowd is so big, and it would probably be heard in Wales if someone like Gezi Price had a 9-dart leg. But all he wants is 72 points, 16 for tops, for the lead again.
32.
Well, it's gone beyond a joke now for Gerwyn Price. 4 from 22. He's missed 18 darts at double, 10 over the course of those 2 legs that allowed Schindler to get back in. 6 missed darts in leg 6, 4 in leg 7. A crucial one there as well.
I feel Gezi, if he's going to hit this, he's got to have a really good marker for tops. If he goes low, I fear for the situation because 10s and 5s, he's missed a few. Tops. Now it's 10s again. It's 5s again. It works this time. That double has got him out of jail 3 times now. Very, very fortunate. And there is the wipe of the brow saying, phew.
My word, he needed that. That will just give him a huge amount of belief going into this 10th leg. It must have been, well,
93.
It would have been a real concern the way he was missing double after double after double. And the way he just allowed Schindler back into the game. I mean, Schindler still had to satisfy his side of the equation by putting himself in position to challenge and get those legs on the board. But that will mean the world to Gerwyn Price right now. To have that 5-4 lead and to have a treble 20 and a treble 20 and a treble 20 back to back just to get himself into position here as well for a break of throw in leg 10.
It's a puzzling game, isn't it, sometimes, Rob? We can't hit tops for toffee.
105.
But you could probably hit that treble 20 blindfolded from off the stage. And again.
He's in the groove now. Ton 80, ton 80. 48 away, unless Schindler can produce something sensational here.
Oh, this would be the epitome of sensational if he was to get this. There's one of them.
Ooh, just
right in a corner.
That was close. That was not far away at all.
Come on, Gezi, we're on 16 and double here.
99,
but I know how stubborn you are on double top. It'll be 8 and tops.
Gerwyn Price for a place in the last 16. Looking at tops, he's got 2 darts in hand.
28.
And the agony goes on for the Iceman, who is far from keeping his cool here. Schindler has been presented with another opportunity. And Gerwyn Price, if he does get through this match, he will have to improve his finishing, whoever he faces tomorrow.
24 off that is 44. Single 12 will leave double 16. Oh, double 14. He's got the Mensah-Suljovic way. The safety way. He needed a snooker and he got it. Oh, very interesting. He caught us all off guard, but it was effective.
Well, Gerwyn Price could do with some
81
big scores here. Never mind having back-to-back 180s. They count for absolutely nothing now because he lost that leg. And just when he needed a big score to get him going in this one, Schindler could pounce all over it.
177.
A 177 in response to Price's 81. It's advantage Germany here.
99.
One of those legs where you just want to put your feet up and watch it because it's so fascinating. Martin Schindler, by virtue of that 177, has taken the darts away from the Welshman. It's a great last dart.
Yeah,
that he knows how important that was.
Really needed to back it up. Price has had 2 sub-100 scores here so far. And he's had a third. Hitting the buffers at the worst possible time here, Gerwyn Price. Martin Schindler 2-4-2 away. He needs to build on the slender advantage he has on the Gerwyn Price throw, and he's not doing it so far.
85.
That last start means a lot as well.
And that'll be killing the psychology of Gerwyn Price.
125. Martin
But
157.
he's a fighter, the Iceman. 157 away from the next round. to play either Mensah Suljovic or Steve Beaton. 77 remain.
Woman.
Will he come back for a double? Brilliant darts from Martin Schindler. Is there one last sting in the tail from Gezi? Possible. 77. Double 10. Will he finally hit this? And he's actually going to take a pause. He hasn't hit it all match. The number 14 seed, can he do it? No.
17, thank you.
Yeah, and there we see
Martin
Gerwin Price
20.
acknowledging the part the crowd played there. And once again, but, well, very different pressure on the shoulders of Martin Schindler
Thank you,
here.
ladies and gentlemen.
What a match. What drama on day 2 here in Maastricht. We could be about to see the fall of another seed here. And we do see the departure of another seeded player. The adventure continues for Martin Schindler.